only all the time, as what aspects, what aspects will have an impact on human behavior, and that leads to productivity. If a individual employee is happy and satisfied, then he can contribute more for his work. He may complete the work very efficiently, and that gives good output to the organization. So that is the context in which we will be discussing about all these theories, right? So this neoclassical theory says that not only monetary aspects or technical aspects of the organization, but other aspects also will have an impact on the behavior of human being in the organization. So we need to concentrate on such kind of aspects so that we can motivate them, and we can bring efficiency in their work, and organization goals can be achieved. So that is the reason why this neoclassical theory is also referred as human relations approach, as well as behavior approach, because this neoclassical theory studies about the behavior of human being or employees in the organization. So it actually identifies that organization not only consists of technical aspects, but also social as well as economical aspects also it need to consider, in the sense in a group how individual behaves, not only technical. As per neoclassical theory, for money only they'll get motivated, and if we give incentives they'll get motivated and do the work. But other than that, their emotions, their relationship with other people in the organization, and how they behave with the group, with their particular group, that also matters for the productivity of the organization. And another important point in neoclassical theory, that the social process of group behavior, as I said, in the group how individual behaves also matters for the organization, because that decides the productivity of the employee. So group behavior can be understood in terms of analyzing or diagnosing the how a doctor diagnoses the human organs and identifies that this is the problem with this particular person, or this is the problem with this individual person. So how to cure this particular problem, with what medicines they are supposed to use. So in the same way, in an organization, to extract or achieve the goals of the organization, individual behavior is also very much important. So what are their feelings, what are their opinions, what are their needs and requirements, what are their expectations? So we need to identify them, in the sense organization has to identify them, and it should try to satisfy those things to the maximum extent. Then only they will get motivated, and ultimately they can achieve the goals of the organization. So they have to study that what are the aspects which motivate the people in a particular situation, how a particular person behaves. So if we are giving money is not the matter. At times now people may get motivated for money, or at times they may not get motivated for money. For example, if one person maybe he may work overtime, when the company offers that for OT, they will be giving some incentives or some money. So same incentives and same money, for the same incentives and same money, other person may not be interested to work overtime because of some or the other reason. Like he may not be interested to continue the particular work. He may wants to spend some time with their family. So different behaviors will be there with every individual person in the organization. So to achieve the goals of the organization, or to achieve productivity in the organization or the top level management has to study what are the various aspects which will change the behavior of individual in the organization. So not only monetary, there are other aspects also which motivates or which influence the behavior of the individual in the organization. So that is what we are going to study in the neoclassical theory, which is concentrating more on the human behavior towards the productivity of the work of the organization. So here are certain features of neoclassical theory. And other thing also, they said that neoclassical theory, as per neoclassical theory, organization is a combination of formal and informal relationship. Or in an organization, you will find formal organization as well as informal organization, which nothing but informal organization is nothing but somewhere personal relationship should be maintained with the employees, so that the management or the manager can understand the feelings of the employee, and he can motivate if possible. He can, if it is in his hands now, he can satisfy their needs and motivate the employee, and he can bring what do you call productive output from that particular employee. So neoclassical theory says that organization should have formal as well as informal things also, informal relationship among people also, because at times the problems which arises may not be solved through a formal way. In an informal way also you need to solve that. You can what do you call them personally, you can ask them, you can console them, you can request them. So that in that way you can solve so many problems. That is negotiation and all these happens in informal way. So there are certain features of neoclassical theory. So as I said that it is not a technical one, it's a social system in the sense, in social system in the sense group of people will be there and one behavior will have an impact on other behavior. So that also should be considered by the organization, and organization will not be a closed one, it will be open one. It will need to have an interaction with external environment also, in the sense organization should be dynamic, so that as per the external environment organization has to change itself. So when organization changes, obviously in the sense employees also have to change their way of working. Then the social environments on the job affect the people and are also affected by them and not management alone. So the social environments are nothing but the relationship between the employees in a particular group or between the groups will definitely have an impact on the group performance, as well as that will have an impact on the organization also. For example, in a particular group now, if people are not gelling, the employees or colleagues are not gelling with each other, they are not cooperating and coordinating, ultimately that will have an impact on the productivity of the group, and ultimately it will have an impact on the organization also. So as per neoclassical theory, uh, these environmental factors will have an impact on the efficiency of the organization, as well as impact on the group efficiency also. And another point is in the formal organization, informal organization also exists, and it affects is also affected by formal organization. So as I said that in the organization, not only in formal organization is nothing but certain rules, regulations, authorities, some positions will be there. So in a formal way work will be done, but informal is nothing but where you have some personal relations and you talk about your families and their problems, consoling them or helping them personally. Because the way an employee works now, he carries the home to organization, right? He carries his own problems also. He can't leave all his problems at home and come and work in the organization. So his mental status and what his personal things also will have an impact on his work. So if the organization has to extract best from the employees, not only formal relationship like a boss and subordinate, but also they have to maintain a informal relationship with the employees. Like somewhere you need to ask that how is your family, how is your life going on, any problem, something like. If we informally communicate with them, if the superior is friendly with the subordinate, he may change his mind, and he may get motivated, and that will he may cooperate with other employees, and he may achieve the goal, he may help in the achievement of the goals of the organization. So in classical theory, they were completely, organization was completely into formal, that come and do the work and take salary, no emotions, no personal things. But in informal in neoclassical theory, organization consists of formals and informal things, and both will get affected. If any problem occurs now formally, if you are not able to solve that particular problem, informally the manager or the people in the organization, they can sit and they can have negotiation, and they can solve that particular conflict. Because in our personal things also matters in the organization. For example, if in the I fought in the family and I have come to the organization, come to my office, so the way I behave with other people also will have an impact, and the way I work in on that particular day also will have an impact on my mood swings, right? If I'm happy and I don't have any problem, I'll work more efficiently and more enthusiastically than if I'm sad and if I had some bitter experience in my mind. Then another important feature of neoclassical theory is that everybody will be having goals. That is, in the organization, employees will have goals, and as well as organization goals will have, organization also will have goals. So individual always try to achieve their own goals. So at times the goals of organization and individuals may get a conflict, or some rift might arise. So what it has to do, the manager, the top level management have to bring a integration between these goals. In the sense, organization goal is more important because we are working for the organization. In the process of achievement of the organization goals, we have to try to achieve our goals. It's not that I have come to the organization, I will achieve my own goals, keeping aside the organization goals. Then it will go in a wrong way. Like some people may want to go to higher positions. So if you want to go to higher position, you need to work hard, you need to work effectively. Rather than choosing these ways, some people use another ways like bribing, or doing some lobbying, and they try to go to higher positions. So what is happening here? You're not achieving organization goals. You are giving importance to your own personal goals, leaving the organization goals. So that will have an impact on the organization. So the neoclassical theory says that individual goals and organization goals will get conflict, but organization, in the sense the people in the organization, have to integrate these two things. Then only we can achieve the organization goals and in turn we can achieve our own personal goals. Then another feature is man is interdependent, and his behavior can be predicted in terms of social and psychological factors. So like our behavior, it depends on the behavior of the other people in the home, in the office, and the environment in which we work. So one day we if we are happy with our colleagues, we will work very efficiently, and the way they communicate also, we take it in a positive way if you have good relationship with them, right? So this is related to psychological factors, and whatever advice they give now, you follow. But if at all, if you don't have good relationship with your colleague in a particular team, now whatever they say, you might do reverse, you may not accept. For example, if a team consists of 5 members, and manager is there, he is authoritative, 4 members have accepted, in the sense he's like, they have accepted his arrogance or his way of behavior, and whatever he says, the subordinates used to do. But one person, he is not able to adjust with the behavior of that particular manager. So what will happen? He may get hurt, he may not be interested in the way he is dictating the things. So it will have an impact on his performance. So the manager has to study the psychology of the individual subordinate, and he need to direct the person according to his psychology. Some people will get motivated if we are friendly and if we say that do this particular work. But some people take advantage of our friendliness. They may not do the work. They may think that, okay, he is very friendly and I will not scold anything. I will not do the work. I'll skip the work. So same behavior will not have same impact on individual people. So the manager has to understand the behavior of individual person in the group, and accordingly they need to guide the employees, which talks about psychological factors, right? So not only monetary aspects, we need to study the behavioral aspects of the individuals, so that we can make them to work the complete the works. So here neoclassical theory studies social aspects and psychological factors of the individuals, and based on that how they are changing their behavior, that they need to study. Because somebody will do the work if I scold them, somebody may not do the work if I scold them. As I said, the single person who is not liking the behavior of the manager and is not doing the work, so that will have an impact on the productivity of the particular group. So manager has to understand that, okay, this way he's not liking, so I need to change my way of behavior towards this particular person. Then he may get motivated and he may work efficiently. Like in our home, we will if two kids are there, they will not listen in one way. One may listen when I scold, and another may listen to me when I pamper him, or when I request him, when I make him sit and understand the situation, he may understand. So at home only we handle people differently. One way we cannot handle people. So in the organization also, psychological factors are very much important to bring the productivity in the organization. Then another important feature, man is diversely motivated and wants to fulfill different types of needs. So not all will get motivated for money or incentives. They have their own expectations, and they'll get motivated for different other things. So that the management has to understand, and to the maximum extent, if they fulfill that particular one, then they can get the productive output from the employees. Then man's approach is not always rational. Often he behaves traditionally in terms of rewards which he seeks from the work. So as I said, not always rewards. In the sense, for monetary things, some may get motivated, and some people may get motivated for appreciations. And some people will get will try to work or get motivated. Like if I say that you are doing very well, very good, you can continue, you can do it. Like that, if you praise them, they'll do the work. And some people work for money only. So different people will, in the sense, in the organization, individuals will have different kinds of expectations, and for different things they'll get motivated, so that the organization has to identify so that it can achieve the goal. Then in another feature is communication is very important in the organization, with which they can complete the work. So neoclassical theory says that proper communication should be there among the employees, so that the work can be done in a proper way. Then teamwork is also essential. So in an organization, to complete the work, so in the team, different mentalities people will be there. The team leader has to understand the mentalities of people, and accordingly he need to manage them so that they can complete the work. Right. So these are the, in the sense, here most of the things we have discussed about psychological and behavioral aspects of employees, which will have an impact on the organizational effectiveness. So to study this particular one only, that not money, some behavioral aspects or human related things also will have an impact on the behavior of the individual towards his work. So many studies have been taken place to understand that other than money, what other aspects will have an impact on the behavior of the individual, which will have an impact on the organization, right? So they have done, researchers have been doing so much of research, but one person is there, Elton Mayo. He has taken initiative to identify what are the different other human related aspects or human relations aspects, which will have an impact on the productivity of the work, and which will have an impact on the behavior of the individual, which leads to productivity, or which will have an impact on the productivity and satisfaction. So these experiments have been conducted in a plant called Hathron. The experiments have been done by Elton Mayo. So this is this is important for your annual exam. Like Hathron experiments question may come for your annual exam. which is part of your neoclassical theory. So that we will
Could
study.
you repeat the question once again? Important.
Pardon?
Ma'am, could you repeat the question, the important question you said? Please tell me once again.
Hathron experiment.
HAWTHRONA, Hathron.
Yeah,
Right?
Hathron experiments.
Okay, ma'am.
So in the neoclassical theory, it says that not only monetary or other incentives will motivate or change the behavior of the individual towards his work, but also other factors like humanistic aspects also will have an impact on his behavior towards his work. So what those human factors, what those humanistic aspects will have an impact on the productivity of the work, and which leads to satisfaction. They wanted to study that particular one. So researchers investigated to find out the reasons of human behavior at work. They discovered that the real cause of human behavior is something more than physiological, physiological variables. Physiological is nothing but food, shelter, what do you call, bed, basic needs. So in the sense, not only for basic needs like what do you call, if we are getting salary, we have to work, that's it. If we work more, we get more salary. So not only for those things, but for other things also, they get motivated, or their behavior towards the work will change. So what are those human aspects or other aspects which motivate the people, or which change the behavior of the people towards the work? That is what they wanted to study. So this generates a new phenomena about human behavior and focused attention on human beings in the organization. So that new approach is called as human relations approach, and it is also called as behavioral approach. So here they'll study basically behavior of individual. How what are the factors which will have an impact on the behavior of the individual person? Will it be money? Will it be some what do you call, personal relation or good relationship with the person, or what aspects change the behavior of the person towards the work? So among human relations approach, researchers carried on a very intensive studies. So they made some experiments in a plant which is called as Hathron plant. So that is the reason why these experiments are being called as Hathron experiments. So an extensive investigation was started.
What would be the weightage of the marks for this experiment?
Long question. It will come for long. It will come as long question. Long, I think 15 marks or 12 marks. I don't know the pattern, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
So the investigation started in 1927 at Hawthorne plant of the Western Electronic Company, Chicago. Please, I'm not able to listen to your voice. Please mute now. Mute, please mute. I'm not able to hear your voice. It is breaking. So this plant is in Western Electronic Company at Chicago, and basically this company is into manufacturing of telephone systems, telephone system Bell. So they are having 30,000. They were having 30,000 employees, and these studies were conducted to determine the effect of better physical facilities on workers' output. So if they change the physical facilities at plant, how that will have an impact on the output of the workers. Physical facilities are nothing but giving breaks or holidays, or what do you call, good canteen, any medical facilities, or for sitting, if you rest areas, if they what do you call, if they provide good toilets. So something like that, if they make some changes in the physical, these are not related to monetary, and understand it. They are not giving any money and all to improve the output or increase the output. They want to study, if they change the physical facilities, how the output will get affected. So researchers were asked to study the relationship between the productivity and physical work conditions. So in 4 phases, these experiments have been conducted. So the first phase is called as illumination experiment. Illumination experiment is related to power and lighting. They try to increase the light and decrease the light. So this lighting, how it will have an impact on the work and work of the employees. That's what they wanted to study. So for that, they made an assumption that higher illumination will result into higher productivity. In the sense, if they increase the lighting in the plant, that will leads to high productivity. That was the assumption they made. But we'll see what has happened because of the changes in the illumination. So in this now they have divided the what you call employees or workers into two groups. One is experimental group for experiment, wherein they will be changing the intensity of the lighting, and another one is control group. Nothing but constant lighting will be there. One level of lighting will be there. So what result they have found because of this illumination? That is increase in illumination in the experimental group. That is both groups increased productivity. In the sense, when they increase the illumination, when they increase the lighting, in experimental group, the productivity has increased, and in control group also the productivity has increased. Then decrease in the illumination resulted into production increased in both the groups. In the sense, they have decreased the illumination. So experimental group also they have increased the productivity, and in control group also, control group constant will be there. Constant illumination will be there. In that group also productivity has increased. So they have realized that, in the sense, usually what they have assumed, if we increase illumination, productivity will increase. When they decrease the illumination in experimental group, the productivity should decrease as per their assumption, but it has not happened. The productivity has increased. So they identified that these physical activities will not, in the sense, this illumination has not did not make any impact on the productivity of the employees. So they found that something else, some other things, some other factors, human factors will have an impact. So they continued their experiments further. So second phase of experiment they have continued, that is called as relay assembly test room experiment. So in the sense, they are it is a place where they assemble the what you call parts of whatever the product they are producing. So it was conducted to determine the effect of changes in the job conditions in group productivity. So they try to change the conditions in the job and how that will have an impact on the group. So two groups have been made. Each group has got 4 workers, right? So output dependent on the speed and continuity with which the workers worked. So output was dependent on how the speed with which employees worked. So workers had the freedom to express their opinions. So in the sense, their personal things, their emotions were given importance. So what is the result of this particular relay assembly room? So incentive system was changed to that of the group performance. So what they have done now, if a group performs well, they'll get incentives. So that was change they made. Then second one, 5 minutes rests were increased to 10 minutes. So what they have done, some physical changes they have done now. So 5 minutes, 2 breaks now they have increased to 10 minutes. So what has happened? The result is productivity has increased because they got a good amount of rest, and with what you call, after taking rest they will get motivated now. So with ease they used to work. Then another change they made, that again that rest period has reduced to 5 minutes, and the number of times has been increased. Like 10 minutes rest period for 2 times has been reduced to 5 minutes, but instead of 2 times they have increased those intervals, like 5 times or 4 times they have given. So what has happened? The productivity has decreased, and employees started complaining that we are getting distracted, because if more number of breaks are given now, they need to waste the time. Like they have to go, they have to take rest, again they have to come back. So in that gap, not time wastage will be there now. So that led to reduction in the productivity. Actually, when what you call rest timings are increased now, rest periods are increased now, we think that productivity will increase more, but it has happened reversely, that people on and off started stopping their work and going back to their work, and again if they come back and start doing their work, it will take time. Like if we go for lunch break now, uh, we after coming that we immediately cannot start work. We take some what do you call, some time, then we get settled down, then we will start the work. So in that period now, your work will get affected now. So that has happened in this particular one. Then the rest time was again reduced, but snacks were given. So because of that, productivity has increased. So rest number of periods have been reduced, and time is been reduced, but they have been given snacks, in the sense while doing the work only they can have the snacks. So that has increased the productivity. Then what has happened, changes in working hours were introduced, like cutting 1 hour at the end of the day and made 5 days a week. Because of that, the productivity has increased. So here no money things are being changed. They have not given any incentives, or they were not given any salaries or any extra overtime payments or any money as such. Here they made some changes in the physical what do you call system of the organization. They have given some snacks, they were given some rest, and they have reduced the time number of hours to number of working hours, and they have reduced number of working days also. That has increased the productivity, which means not only the monetary aspects but also other aspects will have an impact on the productivity or behavior of the employees, isn't it? So with this experiment, they understood that some physical changes in the conditions of the job will have an impact on the productivity. In the sense, when they reduce number of hours, now we feel motivated. Number of hours have been reduced, so we, with that happiness, we work efficiently. And when 7 days or 6 days working days, if they have been reduced to 5 days now, people get motivated. Okay, after only 5 days we need to work, 2 days we will have holidays. So in that motivation, we may work efficiently, thinking of what do you call enjoying in the weekends, right? So these kind of physical changes will have an impact on the behavior of the employees in the organization. Then another phase has been conducted, that is third phase of hackathon experiment, mass interviewing program. So they have interviewed certain workers in the organization to know about the what do you call to get the feedback about the environment or work environment of the organization. Then supervision, how the supervision, do you like the way your supervisor behaves with you, and related to promotions and wages. So related to certain aspects of the organization, people were interviewed. So they have conducted interview for 20,000 employees, and their attitude towards company, supervision, promotion, wages were interviewed, and that has been done through the observation method. So what results they have got, just we will see. So a complaint, they have given their own opinions, but what we need to understand that depends on the receiving, depends on the perception of the person, the opinion changes. Like I may like my company, the other person may not like, because he might not be happy with that particular organization or that particular person. Or I feel that if we work hard, if we struggle a lot, we will get promotions, our salaries will increase. Some people may think that why I'm not getting salary, I'm working now, I'm putting my efforts, I'm giving now, that may not be enough. So whatever the opinions are given by the, or feedbacks are given by the employees, they are personal, they're objective, not subjective. Oh, sorry, they are subjective, not the objective. Because every person is not the same, and every situation may not be understood same by an individual. Based on their perception, personality, and their attitudes, they will understand a situation in different ways. So here they have come to a conclusion that complaint may not be objective one, it may be a symptom of personal disturbance. So if I'm not happy personally, I may not like the environment in which I work. If I'm happy at home, I may be happy at work. Like if a boss is there, he is having some problem. So he was arrogant on a particular day. Some people might understand that, okay, usually he never does like this. He might be having some problem. Okay, we'll take it light. Whatever he's angry now, we will calm down. We'll do the work. Fine, whatever he has scolded now, I will not tell. I will not think anyway. But other person, he might not feel in the same way now. How can he scold me? He has used very rash words. He is not supposed to be like this. I'm not liking the way he's talking. So in that way, that second person, because of his what do you call, the way he perceived the behavior of his supervisor, he may get disappointed, and that may have an impact on his work also. So situation is only one, but the way we perceive differs. So that will have an impact on our behavior towards the work. So that is what they have understood. And the second point, they have identified employee satisfaction and dissatisfaction about the events, objects, other people as per their personal perception. As I said, na, depends on this our own perception. Same situation will be there, events will be same, situation will be same, but the way we perceive, that will have an impact on our behavior towards our work. Then another point they have identified, social demands of workers are influenced by the social experience in the group. So definitely in the sense, expectations of the employees will have an impact on their work also. For example, somebody will be satisfied with low salary, and some people may not be satisfied with that particular low salary. So that the dissatisfaction will definitely have an impact on what do you call, the work which they do. So these are all personal things. So what I'm trying to say, that in this mass interview, they have identified that their perceptions, their inner things of a human being will have an impact on his behavior towards the work. So during the course of interview, they discovered that the worker's behavior was being influenced by the group behavior. So if one say that these facilities are not good, other person also listens to that, and he may change his opinion that he's saying that these facilities are not good now. Okay, they might not be good. Thinking that we will get influenced, and we may say that not that good. Like that we can say. And some people will be firm to their own opinions. So definitely by seeing others, we may change our opinions also. So here, not only monetary aspects, but behavioral aspects have an impact on the behavior of the individual. Then the fourth phase of this experiment is bank wiring observation room experiment. So this experiment was conducted to analyze the functioning of small groups and its impact on individual behavior. So they want to study the work of the groups and how it will have an impact on the individual behavior. So 14 male workers were taken for the experiment, and work involved, uh, the actual work is attaching wire to some switches for an equipment of telephone exchange. So the basic conditions were like this. Hourly wage rate was being given, and but average output should be produced in that particular hour, and wage rate is hourly, but incentives were being given based on the performance of the group. In the sense, your individual wage rate is based on number of hours he worked, but incentives are based on output which is produced by the complete group. In the sense, in the group, individual is included. So how that will have an impact, we'll see on the output. So if the group work efficiently, they'll get more output. And if the individual works for more number of hours, his wage will increase, right? So the basic hypothesis in this particular experiment was increase individual efficiency to get good pay, right? Individual, he has to work efficiently to get more wage, and to get bonus, he has to coordinate with the group. Then only group output will increase and he'll get bonus, right? So in the sense, he should not think that my wages will increase if I work for more number of hours. Thinking in that way, he should not go. He should not concentrate not only on him. He has to coordinate with other employees also, so that group also will improve its productivity or output. So here what they have done with this experiment, what they have done, organization has fixed some target, but all together they have decided that we will achieve lower target than the target decided by the management. So why they have done so? It is because in the particular group, some people, some workers may be fast and some workers may be very slow. So what happens if certain workers are working very fast and very efficiently, that will be compared with the work of the other workers. So if the second worker or third worker, some workers are not working and they are very slow, they are producing very less number of units. So they will be identified by comparing with the other workers, and they might be fired, because every organization want to utilize efficient people who are working effectively, right? So because of the fear of unemployment, in the sense they thought about other employees who are slow in that particular group. So in the sense, if I can work fast, I can work effectively and efficiently, but if I increase my efficiency, if I work very hard, that will have an impact on the other employee. So I'll go in a diplomatic way that all group together we will achieve in the sense we will achieve less than the target which has been given by the management, so that they'll have an opinion that okay, everybody is neutral, everybody is going on a particular line only. If somebody is doing producing very less number of units, he'll be thrown out now. So considering that particular low performing person or low efficient person, they have decided that we will achieve lower target than the target which has been given. So one reason is that by considering the what you call slow workers, considering slow workers, they have taken this particular decision, that is they may be thrown out. So fear of unemployment, that is the reason why they have decided that we all will achieve lower targets. And another one is fear of raising standards. So once if the team works efficiently and works very hard and achieves the target, again management think that okay, they have achieved this particular target, now okay, I'll increase my target. Again they increase target. So what will happen? It will pose a burden on the employees. So once I achieve the targets of the management, again the standards they will increase now. So what I will do, I will try to not to achieve the targets given by the management. So because of the fear that they rise the standards, they have decided that we will achieve lower target than the management decided. Then protection of slow workers. As I said, some people will be efficient, some people may be slow. So if slow workers are identified and they are being fired from the organization, they may lose their job. So here what we have identified, here they didn't think about money. If slow worker is been thrown out, why I am bothered? I will do my work, I will increase my output. People didn't think in that particular way. They have, in the sense, they didn't think about money, but they thought about the feelings and they thought about the relationship with the employees. So this shows that not monetary aspects, that there are other informal relationships with the employees also had an impact on the group behavior. With this experiment, they have identified that. So the study suggested that informal relationships are important factor in determining the human behavior. So these are the informal things. I feel that, oh, if I work very efficiently now, they will check my performance with my co-employee, my colleague. He's little slow now. Again, he'll be targeted by the management. He'll be fired. So what I'll do, I will help him to complete the work, or else I'll do little slowly my work. So here they have what you call emotional relationship or informal relationship they have been followed. So now this experiment tells that not the monetary aspects or incentives or bonus had an impact, but other things, that is their emotional factors, had an impact on the human behavior. So during the experiment, the workers were counseled regarding personal adjustment, supervision, employee relations, and management employee relations. So here they discussed about relationships. And even in that experiment, management also understood the problem of the employees, and they try to satisfy or solve the problems of the employees. So when certain problems of the employees are listened by the top level management, and if the management try to solve some of the problems of the employees, definitely that leads to the motivation to the employees towards achievement of the goals of the organization. But if management ignores the demands or requests of the employees, that may have an impact on their behavior towards effectiveness or productivity of the organization. For example, if I request them, sir, it's been so long, others are given promotion, I have not been given promotion. Then in that situation, if management considers everything and it finds that not promotion, I can give some increment to you. So it's somewhere he got benefited, and he'll get motivated. If management says that no, 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 we will not give anything, you're not up to the mark, then what will happen? He'll get demotivated and he'll not work effectively. So in that way, management has to understand the feelings and problems of the employees, and to the extent they can solve the problems, if they solve na, that will motivate the employees towards productivity. So these are all the 4 experiments they have done, and they could realize that not only monetary aspects, there are other physical aspects and job environmental changes will have an impact on the human behavior, that will change the behavior of the employees towards the work. So this experiment opened a new chapter in management by suggesting management through good human relations. So not only management has to think that I am giving salary, I am giving incentives, I am giving bonus, or because of that I will extract the employees, I will squeeze the employees, they have to work. But not only these aspects, there are other aspects also which people consider. They are something like emotions and feelings and what do you call perceptions of people, that also management has to understand. So management or the organization has to study the behavior of the individual person from not only monetary perspective, but also other aspects also they have to consider, because human behavior will have an impact on the work of the organization, how they work, and the productivity of the organization. So definitely they have to study the mentality, emotions and feelings of the individual person in the organization, and they have to understand accordingly. They have to motivate the employees, then they can what you call fulfill the goals of the organization. So this is the gist of this particular experiment. So the major findings of this particular experiment are: social factors in input, in output, good relations improve efficiency and output, right? Not money, some other relationship if we maintain with others, that will have an impact on the improvement of output. So group influence, definitely group will have influence, and informal groups eliminates the problems or shortcomings of formal problems. So in the sense, informal relationships definitely will have an impact on the productivity of the organization, and it also helps in the problems which they are facing in formal also. So at times formal problems may be solved with the informal relationships or informal meetings. Then leadership, informal leadership is important to influence the group behavior in a positive way. You take like in the 4th experiment, they informally actually they have to work hard and group efficiency, in the sense as a group they have to work hard and achieve the targets. But as a whole, what they have decided, this is informal relationship. They have decided that considering the low performing workers, and considering that they are being removed from the job, so considering all those things, they have decided that we will not try to achieve the target of the management, we'll try to achieve something less than that particular one. So that has improved their bonding. So definitely the slow worker will definitely put more efforts to improve himself. So in case of leadership, not only formal, informal leadership was also very much important to change the behavior of individual. And supervision, so not top level management should not be so much rigid or so much serious on the employees. If the friendly supervision is there, definitely productivity will increase. If somewhere some employee or some group member didn't work well, then the manager, instead of targeting him or scolding him or complaining against him to the top level management, if he goes to him and he asks him or her that what is your problem, why you are not able to do the work on time or effectively, may I help you? So something like that, if friendly supervision is being done, definitely productivity will increase. But at times that can be taken as an advantage by the people also, if people are smart, right? Then communication and participation of workers in the decision making definitely will improve the productivity. Usually in autocratic organizations or bureaucratic organizations, only the authority will be centralized and decision making will be done by top level management. So workers or employees, what they feel now, though they have what do you call, that much of knowledge and talent, their they were not called for what call, involved in any kind of decision making. So they may get disappointed. They may feel that it is a monotonous work, whatever they are saying we are doing, where we are using our brains, we are not using our brains. So what will happen after a certain period of time, they'll get demotivated. But if at all the management asks or what do you call, welcomes the opinions of the workers in decision making, though the management accepts or denies the opinions of the employees, they feel happy that they are involved in decision making. Okay, I have been recognized to take a political, be a part of decision making. So they have considered that I have got some stuff to deliver or some, so like that he get motivated and he may improve his work. So in that way, in decision making also employee participation should be there, then they'll get motivated. And with the whatever decision management takes now, they may put 100% effort, that saying that I have been called for this particular decision making, I gave my opinion. So uh, at times they may accept his opinion. So if it is accepted now, he feels very happy that, oh, my opinion is been considered by the management, so I have to put a lot of efforts for achievement of this particular goal. So in that way, management has to involve the workers in decision making so that they get motivated. So this is the output of this particular experiment. Then we'll see the criticism or limitations of this particular experiment, that it has been conducted. I will just give an overall view about this particular criticism. So it has been conducted on a group of employees of a particular place. So the place matters a lot. Basically, that working place was not that good. So, sir, the provisions or the facilities were also not good. So because of that, that these environmental factors in that particular organization definitely will have an impact on the feedback or the result of the experiment. We cannot generalize the result of this experiment to everyone, because it is limited to that particular place only. Their facilities were not good, so their results may be different from a organization where the facilities are good. So these experiments, the basic criticism is that Hathron experiment plant results are limited to that particular one only, because that place was not that what do you call, pleasant and with good equipment and all. And they were not given importance to trade unions. Then biased experiment might have been taken place, in the sense they what do you call, they have chosen certain experiments, so it may be biased. Then assume the worker to be someone who is to be manipulated by the management. So there might be chances. If I feel that worker before coming to the experiment, if the management wants the employees that you have to give good feedback about the company supervisors and all, otherwise you will be fired. So they may get influenced and they may have expressed their opinions. So in the sense, these are all subjective things, and the results of these experiments may not be generalized because of the environment in that particular place. Probably management has threatened the employees, so that could happen. Because of that, their feedback or their work may get affected. So like that, they have given criticisms about this particular experiment. But overall, we can say that not in the sense, not like classical theory. In neoclassical theory, it has studied the behavior of individual from some others perspective, that not the monetary aspects, other aspects also, that humanistic aspects also will have an impact on the behavior of the individual towards their work. So it is little extension of what we can say classical theory, and they have identified some other aspect of organization. So this is all about hadron experiments.
Madam, can you share that file, madam? We want this file, madam, which you are showing presentation.
If anybody gives any mail ID, I can try to forward.
Yeah, madam. Thank you.
But not all things. There are certain other things which are not not in your syllabus also are covered.
Okay.
So how much based on my PPTs, I will help you in giving PPTs. For certain topics, I don't have PPTs. I'll go through text only, whatever material I have. So I may not provide slides for all the topics. Whatever
okay,
topics
madam, no problem. Related slides may please be provided, madam.
So
madam, one more
basic-
thing. Madam, one more thing, madam. Kindly share important questions also, madam.
I'll try, sir. I'll try, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So here the neoclassical theory has been criticized on certain points, that like as I said, that human behavior is subjective completely. It's not objective. So and based on different situations, behavior of the individual changes on what you call, based on situation, behavior of individual will change. So whatever assumptions have been what you call assumed or recommended, it may not be possible all the time, because organization structure or organization or the people will change on and off. Our the way we behave in one situation may not be same the way we behave in all the situations. So in various structures and formats of organizations given by neoclassical are not applicable in all situations. So based on certain situations, it has been given different organization structures. So not all the time it will be what you call applicable, because depends on the situation, structure need to be changed, and organization should be dynamic. It should not be static. So this limitation has been covered in the modern organization theory, where it says that organization organization should be dynamic and depends on the situation. Organization has to change itself. It should not be static, because environmental changes happen in the external environment. Many changes will take place. We should be ready to adopt them. We should not be static, like I will do like this only, I will follow this software only, I'll sell in this way only. We should not, if we follow all those traditional things now, we may be outdated. Like computers have come, laptops have come, but still if we say that I will work on typewriter, I will maintain everything hard copy only, I will not go for soft copies. If we say like that now, we'll be outdated, we'll be at some last position in the market. So situational, based on the situation, organization has to change itself. So it should be modifiable, and no particular structure will serve the purpose of all organizations. So in the sense, there is no specific structure for particular organization based on the size of the organization, work of the organization, nature of the organization, and depends on the situation, they have to change their structure. So say single structure will not be suitable for all the organizations. A neoclassical theory lacks unified approach of organization theory. In fact, it's not a new theory at all. It's all modification of a classical theory. So certain modifications have been done in the classical theory that has been followed in the neoclassical theory. Not much has been developed in the neoclassical theory. So these are all the criticism about neoclassical theory. So here we are done with the neoclassical theory, then the Hadron experiments and all. Now another one, I'll just give important information about this another theory, that is modern organization theory, which in this modern organization theory, as I said, that organization should be a dynamic one. It should be open to the changes. So it should not be something like classical theory, that closed one. It should be open, because external environmental changes are happening very fast. So organization has to adopt all the changes, and accordingly it has to behave. Otherwise, it will be difficult for the organization to survive in the market. For example, traditional, if one company says that I will follow only traditional way of marketing, its sales will be less than the other company which is following online marketing, social media marketing, and different other platforms of marketing. So we have to adopt the changes all the time, and we have to modify ourselves. So that is what is being told in the contingency theory or modern organization theory. So this theory says that situation organization should be situational based. Organization work should based on the situation, because depends on the situation is nothing but if any crisis comes now, we should adopt that particular one, and we have to modify ourselves. We should not be static to that particular what you call structure which we are already with. Like for example, I have been into teaching since so many years. So we were habituated to what you call offline teaching, board, chalk, and all. So now the situation has been changed, and we have come to online teaching. There are so many platforms and so many online apps wherein we can teach online, we can share PPTs, we can prepare PPTs, and so many advancements have come in online teaching. But if I say that I'll stick to only offline teaching, my market might be less than the other person who is adopting that particular change and modifying himself. So even in Corona, we have learned all these things, and we have seen so many YouTube videos, and we have upgraded ourselves, and we have attended seminars and webinars as how what do you call information technology will be used in education system and all, and we have learned something and we have upgraded ourselves. But there are still so many other teachers who are very traditional in nature and who could not able to adopt this particular one. So they found very difficult when they were asked to take online classes, that I have seen practically. So in that way, in the organization also, it should be a dynamic one, and it should be adaptive. It should be open to the environment, because environment, it has to accept the environmental changes, and accordingly people have what do you call individual have to adopt those changes in the organization. Then only they can bring a good output, and organizational objectives can be achieved. It should not be very static or reserved kind. So this is about modern organization theory. Whereas, as I said, contingency theory is one important one. This is also called as situational theory, wherein organization has to change according to the situation which arises in the organization. This is change in the sense, not drastic change, as per the requirements. So it should be open little, like in the olden days, what do you call people manage what do you call organizations or businesses, they used to extract the employees like anything. Now what has happened, many unions have come, then many labor laws have come, and people got educated. So in such situations, if they want to run the organization in a bureaucratic way and in an autocratic way, they can't run the organization. They have to be democratic way, and they have to accept certain things which are prevailing in the market, and they have to run the organization. So in that way, organization should be adaptive. Then only they can motivate the employees and they can achieve their goals. So this is all about modern organization theory. And another part of modern organization theory is systems approach. Systems approach is nothing but here, as per systems approach, organization has been treated as an individual system which is having some subsystems. It's nothing but system means which will have one regulatory body, some rules, regulations, a particular structure will be there, and subsystems are nothing but some departments. So every subsystem will have impact on other subsystem. In the sense, whatever the work we do, or whatever the decision one department takes, definitely that will have an impact on other department. So one department has to work considering the other departments also. What is the result of their behavior on the other departments, or what is the result of their goals on the other departments and on the organization? All those things they need to consider and they have to work. So here, departments are not independent, that subsystems are not independent. Every subsystem is dependent or interdependent on other subsystems. So ultimately, the behavior of the individual in a particular department will definitely have an impact on the other employees also in their department as well as other departments also. So in that way, every employee's behavior has to be studied by the management, and they should be motivated in a proper way so that they improve the productivity and achieve the goals of the organization. So this is about systems approach and contingency approach in modern organization theory. With this, we have done with the first one. In the next class, we'll discuss about organization behavior, various models, and try to I'll try to complete the second block in the next class. Thank you all. We are running.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Madam, hello.
What is the next timing for the class? 12 o'clock. Again, 12 o'clock. It's only 20 minutes left. How about the projects and all? You all are done with the projects?
Was it?
Yeah,
No.
how
It
about the
is.
project?
No.
Thesis is pending. You know, they have given ample of questions. It's unable to complete on the time. I don't think so it will be completed.
Ural, have you submitted assignment?
What about assignments, Malik?
I'm still working on it, man. I don't know whether I'll be able to submit this academic year or not.
We have to submit by this month ending only.
Sorry.
Yeah, 31st is last.
Assignment for assignment 1, this is 30th March is last date.
I'm glad to hear that you are able to submit by the end of the month. I am least bothered about it, whether I'll be able to submit. The questions they have posted on nothing is there, you know, from the, what is that? The financial management, what is the
So
formula?
far, we have not covered this subject also.
Yeah, he just simply fooled us, you know.
Yes.
Nothing else. Okay, we'll see. Let's see. Let's wait for the next class. What
Okay.
happens? Yeah, chalo, sign off. Bye-bye.
And one more thing. Hello.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me.
Is that same links you are given, shared some?
Yeah, the same links. They have posted the same links in the group, right?
Okay,
On the website, the
thank you.
university website, it is the same link.
But they are not
Follow
connecting.
the
No,
next link
Nural.
for the next class.
Okay.
Okay then. Chalo. Take care.
Nural,
Yeah, tell me.
for next class, please send the link, no?
The link is already posted in the university
It is not
portal.
connecting. It
Just
is
check
not
it out.
connecting. Last class also not connected. Yesterday also.
Okay. I'll do the next for you.
Yeah, help.
Done. Okay, done. Chalo, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.